But I want to understand how a 27-year-old young woman was even able to afford to put this together in Nigeria, where the economy is how you know it is. And also running, her restaurant, I'm sure her restaurant makes a lot of money too. So I'm going to break down my opinion on why I think she's been able to get all this attention, how this is a genius marketing plan, and what she could really achieve with this. Obscurity is your business's biggest threat. Attention is the currency of the 21st century. Attention is so important for business. If you get attention, go read Grant Cardone's book. Stop copying other people what they do. These other people trying to copy what she's doing. Nah, it's not gonna work. And unless you have the resources to pull this off, it's just also boring. Like, do something different. But figure out a way to grab people's attention, because if you can do that and you can master not being obscure, obscurity is your biggest threat as a business. So who is Hilda Baci, and why was every Nigerian talking about her 2 days ago? And more importantly, how was she able to grab the attention of Tinubu, right? And Drake. Where's the Drake? Well, Drake reached out to her. How was she able to do all of this and gain over 600,000 followers? Well, you guys know by now, she basically beat the Guinness Book of World Records record for continuously cooking. The past record was about 87 hours. She did 100 hours and 40 minutes. Incredible stuff. And, I saw this account. I don't know how many followers she gained, but when I started watching it, about maybe a day in, she had like 500K followers. On the last day, she went from 500K, and I saw this stuff grow so fast, from 500K to 1.1 million. And tell me, why are other Africans trying to beat her record? This is the second person I've seen. This Liberian cook is trying to beat her record. So people think that they're going to get the same attention that she's gotten. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what she's done, how she was able to do this, the attention she's getting, and how this is actually a genius marketing strategy. And that's why I'm talking about it here on Business in Nigeria. Let's talk about Hilda Baci, who captured the nation and the world with this record-breaking stunt that she pulled. Welcome to Business in Nigeria, the podcast that equips you with the knowledge and tools you need to start and grow your business in Nigeria. If you are an entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, or simply curious about the Nigerian business landscape, this podcast is for you. Our aim is to provide you with the inside scoop, the ins and outs, the key details, and the nitty-gritty of doing business in Nigeria. Join us as we explore the challenges, opportunities, and best practices for navigating the Nigerian business landscape. I'm your host, Ken Mo, and let's get into the video. Before I get into it, let's watch what she had to say. That this was leading up to it, the PR that she was doing leading up to the event.
Officially 9 days until we make history. Now, for those of you that don't know, hi guys, my name is Hilda Baci, a Nigerian woman from Akwa Ibom State, and starting from the 11th of May, I am going to be attempting to break the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking time by an individual. Every time I say that, I get butterflies. But anyways, this video is pretty much an update to show you guys, the space where this is going to be happening. This is called Amore Gardens. It's a really beautiful space, but I'd like for you to pay attention to what the place looks like now, because it's going to look absolutely incredible by the time we're done. I have an amazing production team putting this set together, and it's beautiful. It's an entire village working on this attempt. It's me standing there and doing the cooking, but trust me, for us to have gotten to this point, a lot of people had to come together, to make this happen. And I can't tell you how grateful I am, but this is also me imploring you to be a part of this journey and numbers. For those of you that can't make it, we're going to be streaming live on all platforms. We're streaming on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, you know, on Twitter, wherever you can think of, you find us there. So, you know, starting from the 11th of May, please.
All right, so that's enough of that. So, you know, she went on, she did a whole press run. She had a press release.
My name is Baci.
She had a lot of people come through.
And I write for the cultural newspaper.
Okay, I mean, I'm not going to listen to this guy's response. So look, she had a whole press team and everything. And so actually, I don't know who she is. This is the first time, you know, I'm hearing about her. I might have seen her face before. I don't know. But she seems to be an influencer, but she also has a restaurant. Well, this is her Instagram for her cooking business. But she also has a restaurant, or I think a catering service. So how is this done? The first thing I'll say is that this type of stunt that she pulled is not done without money. So all those chefs in Liberia and all those countries thinking they're going to do this and outbeat her and get the attention that she's getting, think again, because there's a lot of money that went into this. She had a whole press conference. She had so many people come through. She had the, you know, look at this. She had Sanwo-Olu, governor of Lagos State, come through. This is a stunt. There was money backing this. Off. And also think about it, she had to pay for the food that she was cooking for all those hours, so there had to be enough food on deck. I would estimate that it probably cost her to do this whole event, put it all together and get all the attention, maybe like 40 million naira, maybe less, no more than 40 million naira. All the people, all the attention she got. This is what I would estimate. I'm curious to know the number. Maybe more, sorry, maybe less. Maybe like 25. A budget version of this is 25 million. To me, I think it's 40. I think it's 40 million with all the press, the PR, the people that she's bringing together. You know, but the question is, how is this young girl? She's 27, able to pull this off and get all these people involved. You know, I've never heard of her before this. But I know that she was an influencer before this. I don't know what her following was. If anybody here knows what her following was, oh, damn. Before this, let me know. I'm going to show you something. You're gonna need money to do what she did, okay? But I'm not saying it's impossible. It's very possible. So that's number one. Then she had people checking her vitals. So she had doctors. She had all sorts of people checking her vitals, making sure that she was healthy. Let me see if I can play this video. So she had so many celebrities come through. So many celebrities come through. She had people doing activities, doing yoga, playing musical chairs. No, she spent more than 40 million. No. I really want to know what the number is. You'll never know, but I'll guess around that number because she had all these celebrities. They obviously got paid to do it. What else did she have there? She had all these people. You know, this is her after like I don't know how many hours this was. You know, she had security. There's a lot of money that goes into this. So people think they're going to do this and get the same results. You need to put money down into this. She was on different news networks promoting this before. So look, you know, she had Tinubu repost this. She had Drake call her. Drake, first of all, Drake is a clout chaser. Where's this Drake? Drake went to go and start calling. Wait, did I have it here? Yeah, look at Drake. Cloud chaser. Calls her. Always wanting to poke his nose where there's clout. What's going on here? Always wanting to poke his nose where there's clout, Drake. So Drake was there or trying to, you know, hit her up from America. It's almost like Drake wants to be the arbiter of Nigerian culture and introducing that into the U.S. market in a way, because he attaches himself to everybody from Thames to Wizkid to now her. Like, it's interesting what Drake is doing, but hey, whatever. So she's done a lot, and it's been very impressive. She's very young to have achieved all of this. So I'm going to break down my opinion on why I think she's been able to get all this attention, how this is a genius marketing plan, and what she could really achieve with this. So it looks like she has a restaurant. This is great marketing for her restaurant. I wonder if her restaurant is making the money to pay for this and she didn't need sponsors. That would make sense. That would make sense if her restaurant is what is paying for this. But that's interesting because her restaurant is relatively new. So it's interesting. But hey, there's money to be made. Okay, so let me give you my thoughts. How was Hilda able to pull this off? This, what I estimate, is around 40 million naira. I estimate maybe less. How was she able to pull this off, get all this celebrity and attention, get all this, people, all these celebrities coming, getting Tinubu coming, or giving her a shout out, Drake calling her, Burna Boy giving her a shout out, Sanwo-Olu coming through, getting everybody in the country talking about this. How did she do this? How did she do this? So the first thing I will say, to me, that stands out, I mean, she's obviously a genius marketer and she understands the power of marketing. She's not the first person to do this stunt. We had DJ Obi do this with a DJ set. I can't remember what year that was that he did it. Then we had another DJ too do it. I can't remember, it was a female, and she beat DJ Obi's record. And it's like a DJ set for like a week. It was on CNN when DJ Obi did it. This other DJ also, she did it. So if you ask me, she knew that, look, I'm going to get attention for this. I'm going to bring the marketing together, put the team together to get all the attention. And then from there, it just gave her so much more exposure. Like, the whole nation, at least on social media, was talking about her. And I think the reason why there was more interest in her than a DJ Obi who did this with DJ is because there's a limit to the impact of music or DJing. As opposed to cooking, you're literally nourishing people, you're feeding people. So she has this big space, it's comfortable. DJ Obi, I think he did it in a smaller space. So you have this big space, it's comfortable. You're providing people food, you're giving people activities, you're playing music, you have celebrities coming. I'm sure people are performing. I think people are volunteering. A lot of it reminded me of NSARS. So you have that youthful communal energy that is exciting. And everybody is inspired by what she's doing. And of course, food is nourishing to the body. So all this attention to that made people sort of gravitate towards that. I'm sure some of the food is free. I don't know if people are paying for the food, but I imagine if the food is not free, ooh, this guy's making money, man. Wow, I bet you the food wasn't free. I need someone to comment, was the food free? Because if the food wasn't free, that means this woman made bank. And she's even more genius than I thought. But I will say this. Another thing that helped her is that she's beautiful. The fact Drake is not calling her for no reason. Drake knows why he's calling her. Drake has a certain type of woman, and he knows why he's calling her. Let's put it that way. So I think that's also what helped her get a lot of attention, the beauty. So that helps, the packaging of the beauty. This is just the way the world works. If you're more beautiful, you'll get more attention. It's her beauty. That's part of the attention. But the fact that there's substance to the beauty too. And a substance that Nigerian men love. A cooking woman. Do you know how many men are in her DMs now? That's why Drake is... think about all the blue check marks in her DMs from all over the world right now. Think about it. Because, and I'm not saying don't shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. You might not be Drake, but shoot your shot. But if you ask me, these are some of the reasons that, she did this. And, I don't, I'm curious to know. Yeah, so there was a lot of posts of, what she looks like. I saw all of them, even though like, when she was doing the thing, obviously she was standing for how many days? She wasn't fresh and all that stuff. So they were posting pictures like this. So we know that, like, this is the woman that's cooking nonstop. They knew they were posting all these pictures. This is the woman that was cooking. And all the men are like, wow, this is a wife. But she's, in the meantime, in between time, she's making money. I bet you she's selling that food, so she's making money selling that food. Leave a comment down below if you know if she was making money and selling the food. What else is there? I bet you she would have partnered with sponsors. One thing I will say, as much as this was I think it was very impactful what she did, and it was very inspirational. I will say that probably in the 80th hour, I was kind of like, what is the point of all of this? Because I didn't really see the point, right? And I saw this interview that she did. If I can find the interview, I saw this interview she did where she was talking about what she's gonna do, and I just didn't get what is the purpose of this? And what I will say though, as much as she brought awareness to herself, she did all these things and she impressed the nation. I think what would have really driven this mission home and really solidified her as a person of impact is if she had a cause that was aligned with it. And I think her cause was something about female empowerment, but I don't think a woman cooking in the kitchen exhibits female empowerment. I think if she brought awareness to something like, I don't know, pregnancy in female prisons, because that's a thing. In Nigeria, female prisoners are being raped. That's a thing. Or something like a big cause that we should all pay attention to. I think that it would have driven this home more, and it would have been way more impactful. Like when I say way more impactful, it would have exceeded just even the attention she got from Drake and Nigeria. Like she would have gotten international coverage, for this. If she really just like sunk her heels in deeper and didn't only focus on herself and her brand, but also focused on a bigger cause at hand and to raise awareness to that, it just has more impact that way. And so that's to me why I was originally a naysayer, because I was like, I don't understand. She's cooking. Like, what's the impact behind this? A woman cooking. And now you see all the jokes on social media with all the women saying, like they just did the school run, they just did this, but Hilda is cooking, so I have to, just teaching women to be in the kitchen, which is not a terrible thing. Look, I like to cook, but I think that as humans, there's so much more impactful things that we can do. And if Africa wants to develop into the global landscape, we have to encourage both men and women to be productive members of society. So staying home and cooking, so that's what but she's an entrepreneur. She has a restaurant. I hear her food is amazing in her restaurant. It's great PR marketing for her business. But ultimately, what impact did she really have in this? And I think the impact is in the endurance. I think to me, that's what she did was incredible and phenomenal. The endurance was the impact. But to that, I will still say that she could have added an impactful cause to raise awareness to, and still have been able to promote her restaurant at the same time. And to me, that's what that was what was lacking. But she still did a great job. It's great business strategy, great way to get attention and eyeballs. Attention is the currency of the 21st century. Attention is so important for business. If you get attention, go read Grant Cardone's book. Why can't I remember? The 10X rule. Go read that. What she has done has exhibited a very important factor in the 10X rule, because obscurity is your business's biggest threat. And she has mastered the ability not to just be a regular influencer. She's gone above and beyond that. And now she's grabbed the attention of the nation and of the superstars in the nation, from the president-elect to Burna Boy to even Drake. She's put herself on a pedestal, the attention that she was able to capture, in the same level of a musician. And yes, it was only for 24 hours, but people remember her name and she grew her following incredibly. So I would say for Nigerians, stop copying other people what they do. These other people trying to copy what she's doing, nah, it's not gonna work. And unless you have the resources to pull this off, it's just also boring. Like, do something different, but figure out a way to grab people's attention, because if you can do that and you can master not being obscure, obscurity is your biggest threat as a business. Find a stunt, pull the stunt, grab the attention. And it takes more than just doing it and cooking in your kitchen to get the attention. Look at the way she did this. She facilitated this. I really want to sit down with her and talk to her. If you see this, please hit me up, email me. My email is in my about page. I want to talk to you. I want to understand the business behind what you did here. I want to understand who you are, the business that you're running, and how this has supported your business. Obviously, we know the whole nation knows about you. Everybody knows about your cooking. She's going to make so much money. But I want to understand how a 27-year-old young woman was even able to afford to put this together in Nigeria, where the economy is how you know it is. And also running, her restaurant. I'm sure her restaurant makes a lot of money too. So I'm really curious to know. Everybody, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that this was a genius marketing strategy? What is your marketing strategy to get attention with your business? Leave a comment down below. You're watching Business in Nigeria. I'm your host, Kenemo, and I'll see you in the next one. A peace. Well, that's all for today's episode of Business in Nigeria. We hope you found this informative and helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us on our website or on our social media. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes, subscribe to our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Instagram, Twitter, all of those. Subscribe. The more subscriptions we get, the more incentive we have to make more episodes, and the more guests we'll be able to bring on to educate you about navigating the business landscape in Nigeria. So subscribe for more valuable insights and tips on starting and growing your business in Nigeria. Until next time, stay motivated, stay informed, and keep pursuing your entrepreneurial dreams in Nigeria.